everyone, welcome to round 9 of the ARC Tier 3 Championship. We're here in France, Paul Ricard. I'm just trying to get to do a message to someone to tell them they need to choose their car because they're sat there like haven't chosen it. Gaza, if you're listening to me, you need to choose your car. Right, message him as well. Hopefully he's either heard me or... So, yeah, he's done it, mate. There we go. Right. So, from what was looking like something like 14 cars on track earlier on, we've now got 19, which is great call to arms because it was done rather last minute. So, really glad to get that many in the end. I'm just gonna switch something on my there we go, I switched. Perfect. There we are. Right, so we are ready and up, ready to go into short qualifying tonight, 50% race around Paul Ricard in France, so should be a good race. Paul Ricard normally offers up a good race. Let's hope so. Just while we're waiting qualifying to get underway, my phone by the way is going absolutely mental because I've got something going on in another league where people are trying to sign drivers for next season. So it's going a bit nuts at the moment, but I'll try and soldier on with that. What I would do, just while we're waiting for this to load up, if we have a quick look at the championship. So, Tier 3 driver standings. So at the moment, Grue is leading the way. It's actually the two Mercedes boys on the top, so Grue and Enhanced. But Grue is leading the way from Enhanced with a healthy lead of 110 points as it stands. Georgios is having a great season in P3 for Ferrari. Spikey P4. Faintest Cub in P5. Says Enhanced, Georgios and Spikey are covered by just 17 points. So that's a great battle to watch. And obviously to see if Grue is able to maintain that lead or increase it or anything. Other than that, Stug and Prezzi's an interesting one to watch because they're both on 101 points. Have a quick look at the constructors. Obviously Mercedes are going to be top. Yeah, so Mercedes leading the way in Tier 3, followed by Aston Martin with a 94.5 point gap between those. Then Ferrari are on P3, 30.5 behind Aston, and Alpine 10 points behind that. AlphaTauri, though, who's been picking up recently, are now up to 5th with 184, and they've been catching up, so it'd be interesting to watch them tonight and see if they can continue the recent form. Let's get some details up. As I say, short quality, so we'll keep an eye on the tyres people use, because France is definitely one of those tracks where it's not a guaranteed soft to medium strategy, because if you do that on both stints your tyres are going to get very worn. So I know some would like to do that, but actually I think that you'll find the fastest strategy around here is medium to hard, so for a race. So see if anybody actually decides to do that. The problem is by qualifying on the mediums, because they are over the one qualifying lap, they are quite a bit slower than the softs, so you're giving away track position. We're on board by the way with Uncanny Ant because he was first out on track. So I want to say thank you to all the drivers that have jumped in sort of late on to give us a good grid. So, see on the track map that Uncanny Ant's invalidated, but it's only his outlap, so it really doesn't matter. Stay on board with him. He's going to be the one setting the benchmark, shall we say. I expect Uncanny Ants to set a pretty decent benchmark for the others. But I think, as far as the pole position goes and that, I think we're going to be probably looking between Enhanced and Groove, the two Mercedes. There are a few others on track that may have something to say about that, without doubt. I'm going to just get the stream up now so that I can see what any of you might be saying. Unfortunately, Uncanny Ant has already invalidated his time, so let's go. There's an Alfa Romeo is next on track. I'll get to him eventually. Who's that? That's Stampy. Yep, he's on the lap, so we'll go with Stampy. So he's going to be the one to set the benchmark. So let's see what he can do. We've got a few of you tuning in now, so welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Could someone that is listening just let me know if you can hear me okay? Had a few problems recently where I've had to adjust the game sound. There's people that struggle to hear me. It's still set to how I did my last stream, so it should be okay. If you could just check, that'd be great. So, Stampy into the final sector. Around the final corner and onto the main straight. This main straight in the race will be one of the main overtaking opportunities. So Stampy sets a 1:31.5. We're going to see quite a bit quicker than that from others. Reaper goes a bit quicker, a 1:31.3. There's a Ferrari crossing the line now, but didn't count. Who was that? That was Gaza, has gone 31.1. They're going down in 2 tenths at a time at the moment. I'm expecting the pole position to be in the 29s, so these are probably more sort of banker laps at the moment. Oh, Richard Cart's actually going to cross the line in a minute. Here's someone. God, no, he's on an outlap. It's a McLaren. Where's the McLaren? Stug? No, it's not Stug, it's the other one. Rick. Use the size Stug as it is on your screen. He crosses the line on a 1:32.4. This goes P5 for the moment. One of the Mercs is on the way round. This is Enhanced. So what can Enhanced do with his sort of banker lap? He goes a 1:30.3 with his first lap, which puts him P2 at the moment. Spikey went a bit quicker, he's 1:30.3 as well, but he's gone basically 600s quicker. Who else we got then? Georgios just coming around the final corner. And the Ferrari. His teammates just set a time of 1:32.0. Georgios goes 1:31.3. Decent start to qualifying for Georgios. Good sighter. Kicking's in the pits. Bertie in the earlier part of the lap. Where's Gru? He's just coming on to the final straight now, but he's backed out of this. He's invalidated it. So, oh, Can just jumped up to P12 with 35.7. Top Gotcha's invalidated also. Let's go with Bertie then. He's just gone into the final sector. Audio good, thanks English, and you are good, thanks Dogs. You're pretty good too, Dogs, teammate. Oh dear, little moment off of the final curve for Birdie. That's obviously going to affect his speed all the way down the straight to the line, and that's a 32.3, puts him P10 for the moment. So who else then? Gru Just coming through the chicane in the middle of the long straight. And McLaren on tracks behind him. Don't know about Top Gotcha. Where's Top Gotcha? Yeah, so Grue is the closest actually to crossing the line on an actual lap. So stick with him. He comes up to the back of Can. Not getting out of the way. Perhaps they're going for another lap themselves. If they're trying to do another lap themselves, there's no reason they should get out of the way. So, say it's Can. I don't actually know it's Can. They are coming round the final corner, so they are completing a lap themselves. Look. So Grue crosses the line to a 1:30.8, which puts him P3. Was that Can? It was, and Can himself, look, went 2.1 seconds quicker. So that was Can on a hot lap. Still keeps him last of the ones that have set the time so far, but I know he jumped on cold in order to compete in the race. He just got home from work, I think. So let's have a look then. Anybody else looking like they're carrying on? It's a 10th and a half. I just heard him ease off then, I think. Keep an eye on him. Like 3.5 attempts down, I think we can. Well, actually, no. Let's stick with him because going by his time, I know he can go quicker than that. So I think maybe it's the final set so he can make up some time. No, my luck now. Let's stick with him. He'll probably pit. Do what you can do. Let's see. Look at it. There we go. See? I told you. Knew he'd pit. Let's go on board with Prezi then, who's looking to set his first lap of the session. Still spiky provisional pole. I still think that pole position time will get into the 29s. I don't think we'll push 28s tonight, but I'm expecting a low 29. Prezi looking pretty good in the Alpine on this lap. Alpine's French home Grand Prix, of course. Hopefully I haven't eaten too many Snells. Weigh the car down. So, around the final corner and onto the pit straight. Looks pretty decent from Prezi. It's a 1:30.9, which puts him P4. Good lap, Prezi. Good lap, mate. Who else have we got? Arc Runner? No, he's slowing down. I think he's coming into the pits. Enhanced, perhaps? I think Enhanced sight for a second run, so... Short qualifying's an 18-minute session, so I think it's more than enough time to get three runs in. Yeah, I didn't spot his first sector times. I'm not sure if he was up or down. Let's see what he does in sector 2. Yeah, so nearly 4 attempts up. So he's heading for a 30.3. Sorry, 29.9. So he is heading to go into the 29s. Can he improve in the final sector as well? This car out wide. By creating an angle to get on the power as well as you can out of there. Just throw it into this corner. Gear down to either 5th or 4th. Normally, down to 2nd for the final. Looks pretty good. I think he's going to make the 29s. He does, 29.8, so that takes the provisional pole by half a second as it stands. Giorgio's 6.5 temps down in his second run, so let's go to Reaper. No, he's to... Oh yeah, so yeah, he's just starting a lap, so we'll see how he does in the first sector. So, chicane, rest, or whatever you call that one. Really technical first sector, but it's one of those that feels great when you get it right. He was a 10th up in the first sector, but he ran a little bit wide on the exit there, which may cost him a little bit. Yellow flags, that is just a Mercedes having pulled over to let them through. Yep, just over quarter of a second up. Who's that car behind him? Is it Faintest Cub? No. Might be Gaza. Following him all the way around. Oh, he's just a bit wide out of there, which is going to affect his speed. Around this right-hander. Chuck it into the left. Into third. And to first for the final corner. Comes out, opens up with DRS. Does he improve? He's 2 temps quicker and gains 1 place up ahead of Faintest Club. So it's a P7. Let's have a look at Stampy then. He's a 10th up in the first sector. About 10th and a half. In the Alfa Romeo, currently P10. See if we can push that Alfa Romeo slightly up as Gru goes into P2. Look at that, the 2 Mercedes, 29.8 as well. Cat's Whisker separating them at the moment. Stampy, it's just up to P11. Somebody else has put a time in. I think it might have been arc late, I'm not sure. Runs a bit wide on the final corner, which is going to affect his straight line speed. But does improve by just over a quarter of a second, which gives him the 1 place, moves ahead of Uncanny Ant back into P10. And Stug in the McLaren is 2 temps up as well in the first sector. Okay, it was. Actually hugged up pretty well. So I think he's going to be... Oh, he's actually a couple of temps down. He's lost 4 attempts in the middle sector. Can he make it back in the final sector? The problem is that he needs to be 2 temps up to gain a place. So, might be wiser... Well, actually, he's basically out of battery, isn't he? Wonder if that's why he didn't time in the middle sector. He didn't have enough battery. We are going to move, I think, yeah, let's move up to Spiky, currently P3. Ever so slightly down in the first sector, but it's next to nothing. See if we can do anything about these Mercedes. Oh, he's invalidated, so he won't do nothing about the Mercedes. Late, he's on a cool-down lap, I think. Now it's fuel's flashing, so I think he's done for qualifying. Bacon Olsen hasn't come out on track. He's still in the pit. He hasn't done a lap time. Whether that's a strategical thing, I know. I think we all know that France can be well, it can cause issues at the start on the first corner, without a doubt. I don't think I've ever done a French Grand Prix on this game where there hasn't been some sort of incident in turn 1. Let's hope tonight's the one. On with Prezi at the moment. Enhanced is on an out lap, and Gru is, so we are going to have a battle for pole position between the 2 Mercedes. So So we will jump to them. Let's just watch Prezi to the end, and then we'll go on board with Enhanced, because he was the first to cross the line. We're pretty close to each other on track, actually. But not so close that they're given a tow, I don't think. I'm sure Enhanced wouldn't particularly want to be given Grue a tow. So Prezi on to the final straight. Can he improve? He's done a 1:39 previously. Yes, 3.5 temps. He goes out to P4. Brilliant lap from Prezi. Let's go with Enhanced then. Who is going to be the Mercedes king of qualifying today? Enhanced to Grue. Enhanced is in pole position at the moment. The yellow flag is just someone getting out of the way. I can see that on the track map. And Keegan Awesom's retired from the session now. So no time to get into a lap in a way. But, smash up at the start of the race. That's turn 1. And Enhanced goes half a second quicker. Grue didn't go a second quicker, I can tell you that now. Grue, I don't think improved actually. So Enhanced takes pole position. Who's still out there? Prezi is just on a slow lap. Let's go on board with Georgios, and Can is the other one. Georgios is the first on track out of the one still running, so we'll keep an eye on him. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh, still stick with him and see what he would have done over the line. Currently P7 with a 1:30.9. Just miles down on it. Let's go with Can then. He's not invalidated, so can improve. He crosses the line. He does improve time-wise. There's a 33.4, but unfortunately that's not enough to gain a position. So that is the end of qualifying. So Enhanced takes pole position. Mercedes 1-2. Grue P2, Spiky P3, Prezi in 4, Gaza 5, Arc Late is in 6th for the first of the AlphaTauris, Georgios in 7, Arc Reaper, our boss man, in 8th, Faintest Club was 9th, Stampy in P10, and Cunningham 11, the other Ferrari of Arc Runner tonight, P12, Stugs in 13th, in fact the two McLarens are 13th and 14th, Stug in Useless Ice Dog, and Arc Bertie P15, Hodder 16, Top Gotcha 17, Can in 18th, Geekin Awesome opting not to complete a lap. We will see if that was a clever thing for him to do. Geekin is usually one of the quicker ones in Tier 3, so I usually qualify pretty high. But as I said earlier on, it can be a bit of a nightmare first couple of corners around here. Yeah. Okay, so that is qualifying. We just have a quick break, and I'll be back with you shortly for the race here at Paul Ricard. Okay everyone, I'm back. We should be getting pretty close to go time. I'd imagine it's probably 8:30. We're just approaching 8:29 on my phone. That's I've just been offered a contract by Alpine for my Wednesday league. Which I am accepting. There's the shout to ready up, so we should see the countdown starting to happen now. Yeah, Spoiler's free to commentate tonight because Brian's got some family round, that's why he couldn't do it, and luckily I was in off-season for my Wednesday league, so, and all this is happening, that's why my phone was going mad that I said at the start, so I am signing for Alpine, that's in a realistic league by the way. I'll still pick up some good points in that, be fine. So, we are getting close. There we go. So here we start the formation lap. No, don't mess with that. Position change. Entry. Data. We don't want that data. That can be disabled. Hide that thing, and we can hide that thing. There we go. Yes, so Alpine have signed me for £235,000. I can't wait for that check to arrive. Get some decent Wi-Fi. Right, let's forget that anyway. Let me bring the stream back up, see what you guys have been chatting about in half time. Absolutely nothing by the looks of it. Hopefully Birdie's able to take back control. Whether he's able to do that yet, or whether he's actually got to wait till the lights start coming on. I think that's when you can do it. I'm not absolutely sure. He might be able to do it now. So, any predictions from the viewer? I'm going to go for a Gru win with Spiky second and Gaza third. I think Enhanced is something's gonna happen. That means Enhanced falls a bit further down. I don't know what, but we'll find out. I know with the two Mercedes boys, they are effectively competing for the Drivers' Championship. Gru's got a massive lead at the moment. But I do know they do work together. The team comes first, so which I suppose is the way it should be. Team first. So obviously they're not just fighting for the Tier 3 constructors, but they're fighting to help Mercedes in the combined constructors as well. So we're closing on Aston at the moment, I think, but not by much. In fact, the big winners last week in the combined constructors were AlphaTauri, who picked up a very handy 120 odd points. Only team over 100 points last week. So I think we're going to get going. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5. How long's the pause? Pretty quick. And we are off. Enhanced looked like he got off to a decent start. So did Spiky, I think, in P3. And Prezi P4. In fact, Prezi was fighting the position, but it looks like Spiky's held on to it. Looking down the field as best I can. I can't see any... I didn't see any issues. Stug has dropped down a few positions, but he is still going. He's just made one of those back up, I think. Yep, he's just got back ahead of Geek and Awesome. Top Gosh has fallen to the back. Can has made up a few places in the halves. But so far, it looks like everybody has got him through. That's because I said it, see? Because I said there's always an issue at turn 1 and 2, there wasn't one. Unbelievable. Take note of that, commentators. So, who's that? Bertie's falling. Well, no, Reaper's falling down the field. He's spun. He's spun at the chicane. Probably on the exit curb. But he is still going. Let's just see if we can spot any damage. I don't think. I don't know. Has he got a right end plate? Yes, he has. So, no, it doesn't look like he's got any damage. So that's okay. Let me just get the... There's actually no big gainers. Can's the biggest gainer. Up 4 places. The top 7 have all stayed exactly the same. Loser in that start, down 11 places. But lots and lots of time for him to make that up. Let's look at the tyres then. So I think that's... I think tyres are going to be a huge part of this race. So we've got... well, all of the top 9 that are currently running are on softs. Uncanny Ants, Arc Runner and Bertie then in 10, 11, 12 are all on mediums. Hodder's on softs in 13th. And Arc Runner is... Arc Reaper is at the back as well. As Geek and Awesome makes up a place on Top Gotcha. And we'll set off after the McLarens now. So, nobody's thought to do their first stint on the hards, which I think's right. I think if you're going to use the hards, it should be on your second stint first. These last few weeks of races have seen very little in the way of safety cars, so it won't be something that Reaper will be happy to hear, but he is actually catching up to the back. Top Gotcha's got him back ahead of Geek and Awesome. Those two are having a right battle actually, so let's go down to them. As Geek and Awesome makes his way back past again. So, wanting to hold that now. He's, he needs to start getting up. As Uncanny Ants had a moment. And as Clarence coming up on his inside and will be on his outside now. Let's just go and have a look at the on board. So, got a McLaren in a Haas sandwich, and the second Haas is in a McLaren sandwich. Stug gets a outstanding run. That's without DRS. DRS wasn't opened yet. It is now, from now. But Stug makes the move quite brilliantly into turn 1 and is up to P13. We've got yellows in sector 1. Doesn't appear to be anything that I can see. I think it was Can actually. Yeah, it was Can because he's fallen to the back. So Can must have had a moment. Unfortunately, Prezi and Gaza going at it. We can watch from the cockpit camera of Arc Late. What a shame Late had to come out of it then. He would have got a run on Gaza if he didn't. But he had to avoid the contact. So Gaza really trying to put the pressure on Prezi. See if he can make a move. This isn't a great place to be making a move, but just looks like Gaza's just trying to stay patient now, stay close. We've got the DRS zone coming up on the main straight. And it looks like he's got a better run out of the corner as well, so it should be a pretty comfortable move for Gaza. Is Arc Late going to get a move done as well? He goes on the inside. And Prezi loses. Is he? Or is he held? Actually, I think No, he has. He's lost two. He's lost. No, Prezi did hold off Arc Late, sorry. So it was just Gazet that got past. Great racing there. Great awareness from Prezi, knowing that he'd had a car on either side of him at one point. Very impressive there. Hodder's gotten ahead of Bertie. By the looks of it, just before the straight. So is Bertie going to come back at him? Well, he tried, but unfortunately just ran out of tarmac. The DRS move. So we're now on lap 4 at Paul Ricard. So you're going to start seeing the soft tyres don't last long. They probably last a bit longer than this, probably about 6-7 laps. But they will start to go. The mediums will already be coming probably about level with softs right now. As Arc Late looks to make a move on Prezi, ran the outside, takes the inside of the next corner into the final turn, and has that move completed. Did he still get DRS, or is Prezi going to come back at him? Didn't get DRS. Prezi, I think he's too far back, isn't he? Yeah. So Arc Late completes that move, and now Prezi's going to come under fire from Ferrari of Georgius. 3-second penalty for Bertie. Just a couple, only two. Spikey's the only other one with the penalty at the moment. Have we got anybody else? Just having a look down. So they've just separated out a little bit, these guys. Now Arc Late's got the move done. He does look like he's able to get away from Prezi a little bit. Prezi will close it up slightly here. After this, I think Arc Late, to me, looks like he's catching up Gaza as well. He's doing a fine job. Who's that ahead? That's Spikey and Gru. In fact, it's enhanced Gru and Spikey. Still very, very close. Arc Reaper, by the way, is pitted. So he's back down at the back, but he's on a fresh. That to me suggests he's going to make another. Oh, we've lost someone. We've lost Can in sector 2. It's on the exit of the chicane. We're right on board with Reaper. We should be able to see him. It is a full safety car. So he's on the outside. Unusually. Usually, if you have a problem there, it's because you've caught the curb and gone across the track on the inside. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Maybe he's actually had some contact or anything. But look at all the soft drivers now. All of them coming in, apart from the leading two. Come on, guys, who's going to stick it? Surely someone's going to stick a set of hards on. Well, I'll be honest, I would be in on a set of hards and on my way to the end of the race. I wouldn't be sticking mediums on. They'll have to pit again. They're not getting to the end on mediums. Interestingly, Bertie stuck a set of softs on. It's a bit different. I would definitely be gambling with the idea of no more safety cars and sticking a set of hards to go to the end. The pit stop here is actually quite big. It's quite a long, or it's a slow pit lane, I think. So it's quite a long pit stop. If anyone can. If anyone can. That's from Andrews. Oh well. Never mind, Can. But thank you very much for attending and taking a seat for us to feel the grid a little bit. Oh, I've just had a message saying, well done, Hilly. What's that all about? What have I done now? Oh, it's just congratulating me on my seat at Alpine. I prefer that, you know. The last thing I would want in a realistic league is to be in a Mercedes or Red Bull and leading all the time. It bore me to tears. I'd much rather a car that's a bit further down and be fighting people. Stug pits. That's going to hurt him having to pit now. So going to go right away to the back. Stops. Enhanced is disqualified. Answers on a postcard. Enhanced has been disqualified. He's in the pit lane. And Stug's going for it. He's stuck a set of hards on. That could seriously pay off later on in a race if there's no more safety cars. They're a good tire to use around here. Went into the pit lane and the game said I had overtook the safety car. It's because this bloody pit lane's stupid, innit? It's every time someone enters the pits, if they're close together, they make up 2 or 3 places all of a sudden and then lose them again. And so that's what's happened by going into the pits. Bloody game. Well, I'm sorry, Enhanced. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, rest in peace, championship. It's well, I mean, that is ridiculous. All we can say is sorry about that, mate. That is a stupid game moment. And there are many ridiculous things that's been in this year's game, unfortunately. So they sort all that stuff out for the new game in July. There's the race control confirming that the safety car is in this lap. Evening, Mario. So, as it stands there, so Gru's still out on 6-lap-old softs. Hodder's still out on 6-lap-old softs. They cannot be feeling too great already, those softs. They don't last long around France, so I don't think they'll be going too many laps before pitting, which is going to make them fall right down the order. Which may help them later in the race. Whether the safety car is going to help them to a point where they can push out to do a soft to medium strategy quite a lot easier. Because that's the one thing with all the guys that switch to mediums now. For me, they got to pit again. I don't know, because recall last year as a cover driver in France by doing a soft medium and doing something like 21 laps on the mediums. So I think it's impossible. And Arc Runner's come under attack from Spiky, who takes that position. I think Arc Runner got called out a little bit by when Gru went. He sort of took it very late, Gru went. And that is his prerogative, of course. He allows to go when he likes. Somebody's flying down. Maverick is flying. Useless Ice Dog is flying down the order. He's letting his teammate through now. Has he got any damage? Can't see with that camera angle. Can't see anything obvious. I think he was just being careful, rejoining the track. So the 2 McLarens down at the back now, but Stug, who's just made a move on Bertie. Oh, Bertie's off track. Maverick got 5 seconds for exceeding track limits, so that's an unusual one. Now it says corner cutting, so just been given 10 seconds of penalties. I don't usually look at the penalties until much later in the race, but just want to check this. I think he has, because he's got 13 seconds now. So that's a bit ridiculous. There's position changes going all over the place. Look at all this. There's the 2 AlphaTauris together now. And then I've got a clue what's going on right now. There's so many positions on. There was a couple went into the pits, so Hodder and Uncanny Ant have pitted. Hodder onto fresh mediums and Canny Ant onto fresh hards. Surely they must have had damage. Why would you not pit under safety car and then quickly after it? Doesn't make sense, does it? So surely they've pitted because they've got damage. But the AlphaTauri's now riding in 6th and 7th, so they've gone flying up, peaking massively up the order from where he started. Stampy makes a move on Faintest Cub. He takes P9. We're still... Mario looking forward to tomorrow in Haas. Oh, yeah, that's our tier 4. That's our realistic tier in art that we've just started. Mario enjoyed 2 weeks in... I'm trying to think now, it was Mercedes, wasn't it, Mario? You enjoyed 2 Mercedes weeks, but for penance, you've now got to do 2 weeks in a Haas, so... As Art Clay is off track, looking to rejoin, does so safely. And he joins in P13. Race control enables DRS as Faintest Cub is into the pits. And that's on 5-lap mediums. He must have damage, surely. That looks like the McLaren pit crews out as well. Maverick. Yeah, off comes the front wing. On goes a new one with a new set of mediums that now will definitely take him to the end. Bertie the same, yes indeed. And Maverick the same. I'm wondering then if Bertie, because they got those time penalties at the same time, so I'm wondering if Bertie and Maverick had a coming together as we got a battle for the lead. Spiky picks up DRS and gets ahead of Gru to take P1 for Aston Martin. Standard move under DRS, but nicely done. And I mean that is even more a sign now that Gru's softs are really starting to hurt. I get the strategy. I don't know if Enhanced was trying to do the same and maybe pushing those softs out in order to just do the one stop. But I do know. I know for a fact that the fastest strategy at France is medium to hard. That is the fastest race strategy at France, without a doubt. It's just I know an awful lot of people don't like using hard tyres. Ski drops now to 9th. He was up to 6th, so I think he's had an off-the-track moment somewhere. So the AlphaTauri's now back together again, in this time in 9th and 10th. Arc Reaper all of a sudden back up to 8th. What a recovery he's having at the moment from his early troubles. Looking through the field, have we got anybody? Stampy on the back of Georgios, which is the one we're on, is the closest at the moment. And look how quickly Spiky is getting away from Gru. That is a McLaren of Maverick, I think. That yellow flag. Yes, it was. So, but he is still going and doesn't look like he's done damage. So, but yeah, Spiky already over 2 seconds ahead of Gru, who is coming under attack now from Gaza. Although Gaza's under attack from Arc Runner. Yes, Andrews, I saw. It's not an advisable strategy around here, though. Although I bet if you watch, I bet they do soft medium at basically every track. It's just one of those difficult ones because if you, as I said earlier on, with a medium to hard is definitely the fastest race strategy in France. But the problem being that if you qualify on the mediums, obviously it's about track position and all that sort of thing after qualifying. But yeah, it's interesting. It makes it interesting though, see people doing different things. So Gru is in the pits. He has given up on those softs now. He goes on to mediums. He will be going to the end now. There's no doubt about that. We're on lap 12, so what's that? 16 laps to go. The mediums will do that, I'm sure. Stumpy on the back of Georgios is our closest one. Mario looks like he's maybe had a drink. Catch you later, English. Take care, buddy. Good night. I'll stream back later tonight. Cheers, English. Thanks for joining us, though, buddy. So, Stampy really is on the back of Georgios now. So surely it's going to be DRS coming up on the pit straight. Stug on those hards, by the way, up to P9 in the McLaren. They're going strongly. He's actually slightly catching Geek and Awesome ahead of him, as Geek and Awesome is into the pits. So he's likely to drop down to about 15th, I think. Obviously, I would assume we'll have nice fresh mediums to take him to the end. So it should be pretty quick to the end. Stampy didn't get the move done on the DRS on the straight. He's got 100% battery as Stampy. You're allowed to use it, mate. It's not against the rules. He's not even using it now. What's he saving it for? I understand he could... Well, he hasn't got the move done, look. Who's in charge of Alfa Romeo, admin-wise? Is it you, Andrews, I think, isn't it, Alfa Romeo? So your driver is allowed to use ERS, mate. So we'll stick with these guys. They're still the closest. There is a move further down. I think this club's gotten ahead of Uncanny Ants. Prezi also now on the back of Arc Runner, so that is what you just saw in the foreground there, was Prezi opening up DRS on Arc Runner. And then it doesn't look like Stampy's got it done either. Still not used any energy. I'm starting to wonder if he's forgotten which button turns it on, mate. Would have been fast on the last lap, with Arc Runner and Prezi now fighting. Gives him a chance to catch them up as well. Top Gotcha's in the pits. Still a fresh set of softs on. Assuming you look to take those to the end, but again, that's a long way to go on a set of softs. You won't be quick for that long, either. He's still not using it. Well, okay. He was our driver of the day, Stampy, wasn't he? For Thursday last week. In the realistic tier. Came second, I believe. And a fantastic drive up something like 11 places or something silly like that. Right, this time, Staffy, come on. No, he's not going to do it. Not without energy. He was a little far back that time, actually, to be fair. Arc Reaper is into the pits. So, there's mediums. Or is he going to go down the soft route like Top Gotcha? Should switch over now. Yeah, he's gone to fresh mediums. About. So, right. I'm giving him one last chance, Andrews, on the straight. If you don't get it done this time, I'm not watching him anymore. He opens it up, still doesn't use any energy. Moves to the inside. They've reached the corner, and he hasn't got it done. It's remarkable. I just don't know what he's saving it for. Oh, he's using some. Look, he's turned it on. Look what a bit of energy could do for you. He nearly got the move done. Oh dear. Prezio leading the way, 3.5 seconds from Gaza. So that's the two Aston Martins, P1 and P2. That's getting a bit weak, isn't it? The draw felt nice for Aston Martin, without a doubt. We'll stop racing anyway. So Stampy is officially back up to 100 and you'll fly past. Promise. Still not doing it. He refuses. But look, by refusing, Arc Late is now right on the back of both of them. Because he's being held up, and it's clearly got the pace, Stampy, that you could be gone and getting after Arc Runner by now. How's Gru doing? He's just moved ahead of Stug into P8. But he's got a wow, can make up to Arc Late, who is really close on at least 3, are super close now. Just getting a little bit of lagging going on. What kind of else connects into the what do you call it when you get on the game and it comes up? Multiplayer, is it? Oh, was that buff up a position? He didn't get that move done earlier. He's under pressure from Arc Late now. So Georgios drops down. Gru will be happy to see that happen. And he goes on a fresh set of mediums to the end. Stug happily going about his business on his hard tyres that he switched to. Currently riding comfortably in 8th place. Hodder behind him, 9.5 seconds behind him, and lap hards to 8 lap mediums probably mean the hards aren't far off the pace of the mediums right now. Get back to Arc Late and Stampy. Well, he's wait for him to pit. Teach him how to use the ERS for the next race, mate. You'll have to. Actually, how quick he'd be, how well he'd be doing in races if he knew how to use ERS. And he's running 5th without it. So, unfortunately, he's not. Whose tyres are sold? I think Arc Runner may. Is he trying to push these, or is he just actually? I think he's gonna. I think he might pit for a set of softs. But if I'm Spiky or Gazza, Arc Late, Stampy, any of those guys, I would be trying to pick Runner can, so I think that's another position opportunity for you. Arc Late's gotten ahead of Stampy. So let's see. Now, Arc Late opens up his energy look, and you should see him ahead. There we go. That's what happens when you use a bit of energy with your DRS. It's incredible. Just wonder if Arc Runner's trying to come back at him here. He might have been, but Arc Late used his energy, which he got from the chicane, so both their lights flash in. Meanwhile, Stampy on 84%. Oh, what's happened there? That's Stampy. He's round. Oh, he's round again. Georgian safely. There's a McLaren coming round. Oh, he's tiptoe, Stug. Take the position. You're allowed to, buddy. Is he into the pits? Stampy, or... Nope, looks like he's carrying on. Arc Runner then is in the pits, as I suggested. Thought he might. We're going on to a set of softs now to go to the end. So let's go to Arc Reaper, who's right on the back of Uncanny Ants, who in turn is on the back of Georgios, but Georgios with fresh tyres should be the quicker. Well, Reaper's got to move. Despite them both having ERS, Uncanny Ant seemed a little bit fighting back. He ended up off. Did he off? Oh no, he's right behind him still. I think that was a laggy moment because on my screen initially he seemed to fly off the track. Anyway, so all of a sudden McGrew is now back up to P4. He's got 5 seconds to make up to catch Arc Late. But Arc Late is over, so Kenny Ant is now off track. 3-second penalty. Late's in the pit. Oh, he definitely pushed those out to the end. I'm surprised at that. Getting to the end. Into 8th. He is going to get out ahead of Arc Runner. That's important because that's who he was battling on track at the time of Arc Runner pitting. So I think Arc Runner's probably lost a bit of time. Not Stampy round again. Right, it's jumping all over the place now. What's going on? He up into P4. Bertie picks up 3 seconds. Something isn't quite right here, I'm afraid, for me. There's Arc Late. Spiky and Stampy into the pits. To say the least, you had a commanding lead there. Having said that, he's just come out right behind Grew. I think there's Cub in the pits and Kenny Ant in the pits. It just surprises me. I'm not sure what all the pit stops are for. Spiky is all over Grew now. Surely he's just handed the win to Gaza. Gaza covering mind in this tier. He's a tier 2 driver. So whoever wins the battle out of Spiky and Grew will actually be the tier's race winner for the driver points. As Reaper gets ahead of Georgios. We'll now see if he can chase down Arc Runner. Although Arc Runner on fresh soft, so that may prove difficult. Kenny Ant picks up 3 seconds. Got to watch this because it says it's effectively for the race win, for the driver's side of things. So Spiky gets ahead. Can Grew on 10-lap old medium stay with him? It seems pretty unlikely. I suppose it's all about trying to stay within the DRS zone, but they're both pretty similar on energy as well, so it's not looking great for Grew right now, although P2 of course would be absolutely fine for him for drivers. The closest rival in Hans being disqualified sillily by the game earlier on. In fact, I go far as to say ridiculously. Let's go to Prezi, who's right on the back of Stug, who is now finding himself up in 4th place. Having gone for that hard to the end strategy, it's really worked out from where he was. Even though he loses the place to Prezi, still, from where he was, Stug, if you remember, the 2 McLarens were the 2 at the back at one stage, so it really has worked out for him, that. Staying with Prezi. Prezi's not disappearing. So you can see quite clearly. Oh, just goes a little bit wide out of there. Stampy gets ahead of Geekin Awesome. Geekin on the hard, Stampy on a brand new soft, so no real shock there. Sector 3 yellows. That is a Red Bull. Is that Reaper? It is. It's Reaper round. The usual thing would be that he's caught the inside curb and it's spun him. Unless there's been contact, of course. Let's run a 2P7. A lot of penalties coming up now. Reaper's had to pit actually. Perhaps there was some sort of contact. So just ahead of Top Gotcha, look. Bertie and Maverick. That's having a bit of a race to forget at the moment. I think that is Bertie that's with Maverick, so they are actually fighting each other. And that's not, so that must be a car that's lapped them, I think. Arc Lake gets ahead of Stug now. So, oh, the Stug fights back. So, coming on to... smell more points up the road. Don't lose your wing to trying to do it. Should be able to do it comfortably now on the straight. So opens up both DRS and our ERS, and he will get the move done before the braking zone for turn 1. So he will set off up the road after Prezi. He's got to make 3 seconds up in 4 laps, so tall order, but it's not impossible. I was saying earlier on that I thought Spikey's pit stop was a mistake. I mean, he's going to get the win in a way because, for the drivers, but to actually win on track, he's actually got the lead down to Gazza to 4.8 seconds already. Maybe it wasn't a mistake, I thought. But then Gazza's mediums are now 18 laps old. They will feel horrendous. Closest battle on track at the moment is actually at the back, and it's the McLaren of Maverick, or Useless Ice Dog, on the back of Bertie. Bertie picks up a penalty. I'll do lap 25. When we go on to that, I will look at penalties, so we can have a gander, get an idea of how they're going to affect the outcome. A lot of drivers without penalties, to be fair. So there are 5, 6, 7, at least 7 drivers without penalties. So that's the other thing that Gaz has got in his advantage. Sector 3 yellow is a Ferrari. It's Georgius. That's the same place I believe that Reaper spun. Does he have to come into the pits? Nope, he's carrying on. So just drops down to P11. He's got a chance to fight Geekin ahead of him because Geekin's on 11 lap old hards. But Georgius, it's our advantage there. Our 8 lap mediums over 12 lap hards won't be a huge one. He will have an advantage there, but it won't be massive. Still, that battle down at the back continues to be the closest. Which is good in a way, because it means we get to get these boys on stream as well. Obviously, we often look at the leaders the most, as Arc Reaper puts in the fastest lap of the race with 32.0. I am keeping an eye on the gap for the lead. It's 2 seconds now. So we are now on lap 25. Let's take it. Is it me, or did it just go quite dark on the game then? Sure, we're not going to have a little bit of rain at the end. Let's take a look at the penalties then. So Spikey and Gru both have 3 seconds. Nothing like enough to drop them down at all. Could affect them, of course, if they pick up another one. Prezi penalty free, as is Gaz there. Arc Late 3 seconds at the moment, is 4 seconds ahead of Stug. Arc Runner's penalty free. Hodder has 9 seconds, which would put him behind Stampy, but he is safe from Georgius, but only by a matter of 2 or 3 tenths. Geekin also was penalty free. Then Fantasy Club free. Uncanny Ant 21 seconds. Arc Reaper 15. Top Gotcha free. Maverick or Useless Ice Dog 6. That was more earlier on, so he's obviously served something in the pits there. Arc Bertie 24 seconds. Look. Okay. So some hefty penalties out there, but the gap at the front now. Let's go with Spikey now, who is catching his teammate at a rate of knots now. He has to catch him, get past him, and get 3 seconds up the road to be the on-track winner. So as they are about to start their final lap, as his teammate does get out of the way, effectively say, look, here you are, buddy. His teammate surely going to be the on-track winner. Just have to stay within 3 seconds. Spiky. Some great racing. Arc Lake, by the way, has managed to catch Prezi as well. So, well, I don't know whether Gaz is actually deliberately slowing down or if he is this slow now. It's hard to say. It's definitely gone darker, hasn't it, the game? Gaz has now let Groove through. He's out of fuel. Gaz is out of fuel. Oh, Gaza, what you done? He thought the race was a lap shorter than it actually was. Arc Lake gets ahead of Prezi, and they're going to catch Gaza. Gaza's only up here. He's not far. That's the yellow flag for him. They're going to go past Gaza. Be careful, Arc Lake. Showing him in AI, but that is he's out of fuel. Arc Lake's fuel light is flashing as well. So Arc Lake moves into P3. He has a penalty, of course, so that will put Prezi into P3. Spiky wins the French Grand Prix through P2. Arc Lake is going to come around and be P3 on track, but Prezi will be promoted. So Prezi promoted to P3 to take the final podium place. Arc Lake also a great race for P4. Arc Runner comes P5. He got ahead of Gaza right at the death. Gaza with no fuel finishes P6. Stampy P7. Stug 8. Hodder 9. Although he had a lot of penalties, so Georgios has just been promoted to P9. He can also win to 10th. Hodder 11th then. Apprentice Club 12th. And Cunningham is going to cross it. He smashes the DRS board up in frustration. Finishes P13, but again, he's going to drop down. Sorry, he finished P12, but it's dropped down now to P14. Apprentice Club up to 12th. Arc Reaper 13th. Top Gotcha's going to cross the line and finish 15th. Useless Ice Dog will finish 16th. Arc Bertie's already finished the race, he was last, so this is the last driver to cross the line. So well done, Maverick. He's going to crash the car over the line. There we have it. There is the. It was starting to rain. Look, I thought there was someone. I thought it gone suddenly dark. Well, I'm not sure. That sucks, no. Or he actually thought the race was a lap shorter than it was. I'm not sure which. He'll have to tell you that. But his teammate Spiky picked up of the podium. They've still got decent points there. Aston Martin. I'm sure they won't be grumbling too much. So there we through the orders again. The fastest lap of the race, by the way, went to Arc Reaper with 2:065. So he'll get the extra point for the outside the top 10. The top 10 fastest lap, I think, is Spiky, 1:30.095, 32.095. Yeah, looking down, there isn't anyone quicker than that, so Spiky will pick up maximum points, 41 points, from this race to date, so fantastic result from him. Other than that, all I can say, really great race, guys. Only the 2 DNFs, or well, 1 DNF, 1 DSQ. It says DNF on there. I suppose it still counts as DNF. A stupid DSQ, by the way. I didn't actually see what happened to Can. But only the 1 safety car. The racing continues to be really good. There was some great close racing as well throughout. Reaper just saying that was fun, if a tad calamitous from me. Yeah, no, just a massive well done, guys. Another really good race. Completed, so yeah, massive well to our top three, to Spiky, on your. We will be back for the realistic tier 4, at the same track. So we'll be with you tomorrow night. It's all changed in the. Well, Jon Snow, for example, that won the first 2 races in his Mercedes, is now in on a rainy day in Norwich. Anyway, lovely. Thank you everybody that watches back as well. It's really is all very much appreciated. Stug said.